Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Theo, I'm a Cambridge University alumnus, and in this video we'll talk about how to manage your time at university. As students, we need time management skills in order to get our academic work done to the best of our ability, as well as fit in social events, sports activities, and leisure interests that ensure a good work-life balance. So give this video a thumbs up and let's get right into it. Alright, so in order to manage your time, you'll need to do some forward planning. And you need to plan ahead on 3 levels: short term, medium term, and long term. In the short term, you'll have to develop a routine for your weekly activities, which will include your regular activities, teaching and leisure, and your short-term goals, such as your weekly coursework. The best technique you can use to manage your time in the short term is a technique called smart study. Breaking a task down is a good way to understand it and manage your time, particularly if the task is a complex one that is off-putting. Smart time management is a simple and effective strategy to help you do that, because another way of viewing time management is in fact task management. Time itself cannot be managed, although you can plan how to use it. The tasks you complete within the time can, however, be managed. This is partly due to self-discipline, but it might be made easier if the tasks you set yourself are expressed in a clear and approachable way. These must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, hence SMART. An example of a vague task is I will spend this afternoon reading. An example of a SMART task would be I will spend 2 hours from 2 to 4 reading this text, looking for arguments for my upcoming essay. See my video on procrastination right here for more info on this technique. In the medium term, set aside time to plan and develop medium-term goals such as a dissertation or a longer essay, and to review how your weekly progress has developed and accumulated over the term or semester. You might want to plan some time at the beginning of the holidays to collate your work so you can come back to it easily when you're revising. You will also need to plan your holiday work, which is less geared towards a specific essay or exam. In the long term, it will be easier to review 1 or 2 years worth of material for that final dissertation or exam if you plan your ultimate learning aims and organize your materials as you go along, perhaps using the holidays to supplement that work in a more strategic way. You'll typically have to start revising before teaching finishes, so you might want to incorporate a regular opportunity to revise and consolidate the material a long time before the exam comes. Greater independence as a learner as you transition from school to university means that when you study is largely up to you. However, it's important that you get into a routine that suits you to make sure that you make the most of your time. Whether you work best in the morning or in the middle of the night, in short bursts or longer stretches, it's entirely up to you as long as you're working well. It might be useful to make a schedule or timetable to keep track of your teaching and leisure commitments, as well as make the most out of the time around them. I'm now using the calendar app on my devices to do that, but I also used to use a paper planner before. What I like to do is to look at the weekly version of this timetable, as it allows me to manage my tasks in a flexible way and visualize how my tasks are progressing. Also, think of ways to make the most of odd bits of time, whether short spans between other commitments or times when you're not at your best. Less intensive tasks like finding items on your reading list or typing up notes might be best done in these times. Now on to how to plan your breaks. Breaks are important if you are to maintain a steady rate of work with optimum concentration and motivation. Many people view breaks as a reward for working, and if they haven't achieved their aims in the allotted time, they may not take a break as they feel they haven't earned it. This impacts on their ability to work efficiently, making the problem worse. Breaks are not something you deserve. Breaks are something you need in order to make progress. Short breaks should be factored in when you feel your concentration is fading. Observe your typical working pattern and how long you can normally stay focused for, and then think about when you could timetable a break. This might vary according to the time of day or your health. A short break might be as simple as taking a short walk or making a cup of tea, but make sure you also plan when your break should end so that a break doesn't drift off into another activity altogether. Breaks can also be measured according to SMART principles, especially those of specific, time-bound, and measurable. Longer breaks might be an afternoon or a day off. Even when you're revising, you will need some time away from your studies to relax and digest your learning before returning to it. Look at your timetable and work commitments and try to get a sense of how long might be realistic for a weekly break. It is important to think about your own preferences in managing your time as well. For example, whether you like to multitask like me or just focus on one topic, whether you like to work in short bursts or longer stretches of time, make sure you develop your own strategy. Also plan some flexible time to accommodate the unexpected, and it's worth experimenting a little to find out what works for you. You may be stuck in a rut with your study habits and may benefit from a change and a fresh routine, or the new environment at university might mean that your previous study routines need to be adjusted. The bottom line is that your increased independence as a learner provides you with many more opportunities to suit your routine to your own optimum study needs and preferences. Before you go on and manage your time like a pro, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for the upcoming videos, and I'll catch you in my next one. If you want to get into closer contact with me, the best way is to join my newsletter and reply to one of my newsletter issues, or buy me a coffee via the link in the description and send me a personalized message.